President William Ruto has urged politicians to stop sabotaging the country through protests, which he says has mutated into ethnic division. Now, speaking in Taita Taveta County during an interdenominational Thanksgiving church service, President Ruto once again came out to defend the police, saying violence against the men in uniform will not be tolerated.
Ruto claimed that a number of uniformed officers were nursing injuries arising from the anti-government protests. And as Chamatai Goin reports, other Kenya Kwanza leaders who attended Sunday worship in different parts of the country hit out at Azimio leader Raila Odinga, accusing him of plotting to overthrow the government.
President William Ruto, accompanied by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and Mining Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya and a host of Kenya Kwanza elected leaders, were in Mwatunge grounds, Taita Taveta County, for an interdenominational Thanksgiving service. The president and his allies sustaining their criticism of the opposition's call to action, which they lamented had resulted in huge losses.
Viongozi katika taifa letu la Kenya, please, hata na nyinyi, don't sabotage our country. Don't sabotage Kenya. Don't sabotage our economy. Don't sabotage our nation.
Wale wanaitisha maandamano yale yatasaidia nini? Kwanza ni maandamano ambayo wao wanataka kushinikiza kwamba kuwe na serikali ya nusu mkate ambayo tumeona athari zake.
The leaders concerned that the political differences were fueling ethnic wars, polarizing Kenyans.
There are people who have now specialized in using their communities as a shield to buttress their evil desires and their greed. We should not allow that to happen.
Fellow leaders, you cannot, whatever our differences, whatever the complaints we have, we cannot be part of a violent culture. We cannot be part of anything that destroys property, life, or business.
The president urging Kenyans to shun the call to hit the streets and channel their energies to nation building.
Hawezi kuwa watoto wako unawachunga, unawaprotect, alafu watoto ya watu wengine unawabebesha mawe, unawapiganisha na polisi, unawafanyisha fujo, unawafanyisha vita, wanaumiza askari. Tuko na askari wengi wako mahospitali.
Kwa sasa hivi Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi nafanya na kazi na wewe full 100%.
At the same time, another group of Kenya Kwanza leaders, including Trade and Industry Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, were in Nandi County for the Thanksgiving prayers for Sports PS engineer Peter Toom. They hit out at the opposition for selfishly advancing their agenda at the expense of Kenyans.
Kama nangojea mtu amuite atuwaongee, my friend, hakuna robo ama nusu ya mkate ama kitu tunaongea. And me, I'm willing to sit down with Raila. Niko tayari mimi. Kama anataka handshake, sio ya William Ruto, ni mimi.
Na sisi tuendelee kufanya kazi yetu. Sisi tunaenda shamba, tunavuna, tunachuna majani chai yetu, tunapanda mahindi na tutaendelea kupanda mahindi ingine. Next year fertilizer iko tena bei ya chini. Wenye kubeba sufuria tunataka kuambia sufuria ni ya jikoni.
In Kericho County, more Kenya Kwanza leaders were on the opposition's trail, urging President William Ruto to charge Odinga with treason, claiming the protests were meant to overthrow the government.
This maandamano is no longer about fighting for the cost of living. These are local terrorists that are being brewed by greedy politicians who are pushing their cause alone. We defeated you at the ballot, we defeated you at the Supreme Court. Accept that you have been defeated and we must move forward as a united country for the prosperity, because there is no other Kenya and we must protect our country, Kenya.
Meanwhile, Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki called for calm across the country, pleading with retired President Uhuru Kenyatta to focus on his retirement and stop frustrating President Ruto's administration.
We realize kuna watu wanakondesha bunduki zinaenda maandamano siku ya maandamano. So the president is not doing something wrong. Kama kuna bunduki za kusakanya ndani ya manyumba ya politicians, chukua.
More criticism against the anti-government rallies are expected in the days leading up to the fresh call to action Wednesday next week. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV.